different foot types I want to make sure we have people look at here. Neutral pronator, overpronator, and the supinator. Can you explain what each of these are and what the risk injury is?
It's been shown that no one foot type is necessarily saying that you're going to get an injury. Neutral pronators tend to be known as more of a neutral foot. These are people that have a relatively mobile foot, but their arch doesn't collapse completely. These people would probably be more likely to be able to use a varied amount of shoes. Now, an overpronator is not necessarily a problem either. The way you have to look at overpronation, is it causing issues up the chain of your leg?
But that looks like flat feet almost. I know it's not. We're looking at it different, but it looks like there's almost too much of the foot making contact.
Well, when you talk about somebody being flat-footed, normally you see someone that is an overpronator. Overpronators, like I said, do not necessarily have to be someone that has an injury. Some of the most elite runners in the world are considered overpronators, but if you look up towards their knees, their hips, their back, their neck, and so forth, there's no biomechanical issue there. So to go and change the overpronator with providing too many support structures in the foot, in the shoe, or give an insole of some sort, now you're basically changing their natural way of running. And now up the chain of the leg, you can have a lot of issues.
And let's bring that up one more time because we hadn't quite talked on the supinator yet. Let's look at that. There we go.
The supinator tends to be someone that has a very obvious arch. Their foot tends to be a little bit more rigid. They would have issues with how hard they're landing on their foot and how well their foot can accommodate to the landing phase of their running style. These people would typically want to have a little bit more cushion underneath their shoes if they're going to be running on a hard concrete surface. They don't necessarily have to have more injuries. Everyone here could have plantar fasciitis. Everyone here could develop runner's knee. It just depends on how you're training and just basically how you've addressed your issues over time.